Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. Even more columns, part two. I lost track of the time, and all of a sudden it was just like, your 15 minutes is up. So let's get back to it here. Okay, we've got the previous middle trade columns, the entry column and the exit column. I like to enter on the M5, so when price opens above the mid dot, that's after it's been opening below on that switch, I'll enter the trade, and I'll exit on the M1 when it switches. So for example, if I was short here, I'd be short here because it opened below, but here it opened above, so this is where I would exit. Right there, right when it opened, I'd be out. So if I had taken an M5 trade from somewhere back in here, well, let's see, where would it be? Well, I guess I would have probably exited long before, but that's how it works. Let's just take a little quick gander here. M5. We've got a couple of minutes, so it looks like it's going to actually open above, so I might just go ahead and jump in for some pips here. Put a mini lot on the line. We've got 2 minutes or so left here in the trade. I actually got a minute 20 seconds left in the trade. And I loaded up the strength indicator. I believe I've gone over this column before. You see, really here, it's saying, using the daily strength, it's saying we should be looking for sells. So you can use this as a filter. That's one way to use the strength column. I'm going to probably do a video more on the strength column because I made some modifications, a few different mods to the strength indicator that's floating around out there. So I think I'll just save all of that, all the talk about strength, for that video. Hopefully I won't run over. And you can see here the euro is near the H1 open right there of the 1400 H1 bar right there. We can narrow in the bars. And let's see, I can take out maybe a few of these columns that we've already discussed. Also, we can turn off the messages down there at the bottom. So it's still within 2 pips of the open, 1604, 1602. Now let's look at this yen. Oh, we had an open, so I'll just go ahead and jump in. A little slow there, might have cost me a pip or two. But let's see if it's good to go. So that is how you use this column for entry. And of course, I entered a trade, it'll go against me live, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. We'll just see what happens. So let's go through here the dashboard. Let's see if there's anything else we need to talk about. We went over the crossover before. These two columns, we've got crossover bar, crossover time. So you can use either one or both. And we're looking at the previous mid-entry and exit. Actually, now that I think about it, I could have made that instead of just having it for previous mid, I could have had it, you could do previous open, previous close, previous high, previous pivot. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. Let me know what you think. This is getting pretty program's getting pretty big. It's a couple thousand lines of code. If any of you guys have opened it up, you know that. But it's still running relatively quickly. There's some things I'm going to probably do. I don't know if it'll be this year or next year to try and speed it up some. I think there's some things that are being repeated that I can pull out, put in one routine so we don't have to recalculate a bunch of different things. I'm pretty sure we've been over all these other columns. I don't think I've changed anything else. I don't see anything else that I've changed here. So we should be okay. Now, you can see here on the M1, it's still saying you'd be exiting shorts, but since we're long, or I'm long, I stay in until it tells me to exit the long. And once again, I'm picking M5 and M1 scalping. I mean, you can use this H4, H1, or M5, M5, or H1, H1, or M15, M15. You can use whatever combination you want. This is just one that for quick scalps, if you want to stay in the trade, you can definitely use M5, M5. So you can see here it's saying exit the long on this new candle because it opened below. But if we look at M5, you can see we're still above the midpoint. So I'm going to ride it out for a bit. Well, okay, I don't want to go overtime or bore you any further. I hope you like the new columns. Let me know what you think. I had a couple of requests. I think I satisfied one, but the other one, they wanted to put the strength column have two strength columns. I say no, because then I'd just be doubling up the code in the indicator, or having to run that routine twice inside the same one, and I don't really think that's a good idea. Besides, you can just have a separate template on a separate chart, and you could use the previous day. I don't think you really need to have a column that is just going to be there, that's going to be stagnant. It's not going to change because it's previous day. So you're just using up screen real estate, which is at a premium if you have a bunch of these columns loaded up. So that was the reason I didn't implement that one, because there's a workaround. All you have to do is put it on a separate chart, and you could just have that one column, and it would let you know, because you're using the strength as a selection criteria. But as I said before, we'll talk about that later. So, fellow traders, as always, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. TheRumpledOne signing off.